Welcome back. Things haven't been better. Unless, of course, you're watching Jujutsu Kaisen, in which case most of Japan is being taken over by the culling games, the rules set of which have been quite well... Of course, how Kenshiku's plan actually ties in with Tengen and everyone else, and how well it's going to be pulled off, considering the vast amount of rules and pacts needing to be put in place for us to function. I was a little overwhelmed, Make it into a fight to the death game show. Yes, that's somehow going to elevate mankind. But hey, if we have certain people joining along, and for instance, certain characters that have been shown off, a less than subpar comedian being one of them, I'm sure we're in for a good time. So, if this is one of your first times here, welcome. I've had enough rambling for now. Sit down and try to enjoy some Jujutsu Kaisen. If you want to see uncensored versions, head on over to my Patreon in the description. But other than that, let's get going. There is a lot going on in this universe at the minute. Considering there's, as we were shown, seven or more individual instances of these culling games all over Japan. The team that we know has to split up in order to manage resources appropriately. There's the grand goal of making sure that Kenshiku's plan doesn't go according to how he wants, and Japan being altered. But then, also a more personal thing with Megami and his friend trying to get them out, or any other kind of non-combatants that are in the zone that don't really want to be there. But the biggest question over all of this, in what form is it going to take? Is it going to be a fun little jaunt kind of... I'm never going to get used to that. Kind of battle royale where we just get to see the zone shrinking, people be eliminated? Or is it going to take a much more muted and serious tone? They're talking to me. Some people are easy to... He was actually going to lean it on the piano. Huh. It's easy to tell apart. The fact that he... not only disrespecting her and us, but that piano as well. Aha. That's one way of showing background of characters, isn't it? I mean, eligibility and allowances are kind of void when you know the head of the clan. Menbakusai. Which means everything to their disposal. I could understand why maybe like, yeah, this is too much, I don't really want it, but at the same point, gives him credence to be the head. Less of a reason for a violent coup. Yet? Huh. So it's quite an intense little scream, but also clear the spittle away first. Just stop causing a problem for everyone. I mean, if everyone's constantly disrespecting her and whatnot and not giving her any sort of credence, why should she just stand and listen? So they're actually thinking about this as a proper future for the clan. Who would be best leader in their place in the world? Huh? I don't think he has the time for reading. Expelled from society. Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, anyone that. Yeah, he was claimed to be working alongside them. You know, why else would he be captured so easily? So, are you going to? Huh? I mean, with current form market and the cursed tools at her disposal, should be good. I don't think she's here for a discussion or a history lesson or really cares for what he has to say. Ooh. Even with a broken sword. Ah, it's more of a lightsaber or whatnot. His curse energy turning into a blade. That was short-lived, wasn't it? And that is why she lost. Because they were failures, so... Where the fuck are they going? Why is the screen... Why is it so dark? At least light some torches. Having that kind of pressure put upon you. But as soon as he leaves, they will be let loose. Physical gifted. it is nothing special upon her, and they haven't done anything to prove themselves. I feel as though there's going to be some lift that is going to make him eat those words soon. Plus, we know what Mai's kind of capable of with her. I can't actually remember what her power is other than gun, but the sound work, the fact that it's dead quiet. That frame or two of just the twins in the womb. That would explain Bubbles. Suddenly, we're on the beach. Time skip or inner mind palace? She has accepted her fate, given her sister a chance to live and get out of it. I mean, yeah, pact and whatnot that way, but suffering breeds character. They are an enigma. They're an outlier in the world. Huh. They can never, reaches the precipice of what they can be because it's split between them. Because her Heavenly Pact, or whatever it was called, leaves her without any powers, can't even sense cursed spirits. With what if she dies in that side of the pact is complete, so then she gets all the benefits. Well, let's see if a creation really pays off. I mean, with that pool around them, I'd be surprised if anyone even gets out of it. In a second, we don't even get to see it. Yeah, this is why you should have double tapped, made sure before tossing them to the spirits. But what, the fear of Toji? Is that what that? Ha! Not even given a second thought. I mean, we're not given time to adjust to her sister giving herself for Maki's growth there, but how many cut to silence is this episode going to have? Well, news spreads fast. And they're thinking the only way she could have done it if there was a assassination attempt while he wasn't paying attention. But does she need to stand... No, not stand trial. Okay. Okay, so they are skilled swordsmen, but not much else. She wasn't... Well, that's a neat angle. If she did stay, at the bottom, they could have been together, but not much else. Now, I was made aware that this is referencing a certain movie or two. Not that I've seen the movie, so I won't get the... reference. For highly trained in the martial ways and whatnot, they are standing around an awful lot. There's a lot of unnecessary movement there. The idea of having this on a glass floor above the therapeutic sand art stuff was a nice touch. I will say, for a kind of revenge arc kind of moment where Maki gets to... Gets to break the Zenin clan itself, I don't think this music quite fits. And yeah, I need to go watch Kill Bill after this, but... Ooh. Yo. Fucking 1-inch punch to the gut. There's... I think the fact that she's not even out of breath or anything. These dumb kills, like flying swords, just going everywhere and killing them. Yeah, don't forget the last guy that was dealing with the lights. Fucking hell. Yeah, bring out the sorcerers now. Okay, neat. I think I would have preferred if this was going down, the kind of... Reminds me of those Indian statues and shit. Anyway, if this was going down the more kind of reverent route of the whole destruction of the Zenin clan, but I kind of like the upbeat moment. Pocket sand. Well, it was an immediate cut down, unlike some of the other members. Holy fuck. People might need to start wearing some neck guards after this. And I wonder if the fear of Toji is going to be fully ingrained in them. Yeah, I don't like that. The bulging. I like the idea of his gaze is keeping her under a pressure there. That man. Well, don't. Multiple consecutive punches. It actually is. This barrier there, and was it actually contained? Nice. Well, total obliteration is one thing, sure, but well, at least he can pass happy thinking that he did something. After seeing so much wanton destruction and death, even if it was just under, lowly swordsmen and whatnot, granted there was his uncle there and whatever, really, that was his... He still thinks he's all grand and the hot shit. Yeah, really looking down on people, thinking the curse energy and special skills and whatnot is all that matters. I like the guitar in this segment. And very much like Naobito with the frames. Jesus, this is just full shonen battle shit going on. The fact that she's just counting. Is it taking everything in during the beatdown to work out his technique and how to overcome it? Once you got the gist of it, that's all there is. There's a lot of scene changes in this. I wasn't quite expecting that. There you go. Slight movement in the slide. That's all you need. Go down a hill, just have some slight movement. It ups the scene a hell shit ton. Couldn't be referencing anything in particular there. There we go. The difference in... You got some proper watercolor backgrounds. You've got the proper line work animation style. You've got his kind of calligraphic brush line work in his scene. All over the place. Aha. Yeah. I think underestimating I think letting him experience that in slow motion so that he can really You can play that on repeat. Let him experience defeat. We're getting the Mortal Kombat X-ray vision. What kind of force is needed to shatter a skull into so many fragments? Have you prepared dinner? I'm here for a visit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that rice is going eaten anytime soon. Yeah, are you repenting on some of the words and the upbringing for them now? Wow. No one ever fucking double taps, do they? But she... Well, that's fitting, isn't it? Not only finished off by a woman, but someone that is a nobody. Huh. So after that, it was all worth it. She came running, but yeah, it's a bit late. The thing is, if she didn't, there's no way that we're getting the hands on anything from the treasury or anything. And Maki wouldn't have had this increase. Oh, fuck. Fine. She traced down everyone. Well, if there's no one left and you've only got basically Maki and Megami as anyone related to the Zenin clan. Here's the fear. I liked this episode, but I've got a weird mixed feeling about it. Because, yeah, having her stand up and erase the clan flat out, nice to see. But it had this weird jovial tone to it. I kind of get it if it was doing the reference to Kill Bill and some other movies and whatnot, but it seemed a little at odds with my dying. But still, letting the animators go a little wild with some of the bits that they were doing. Some of the leg chops and hands going flying, still holding the blades. Okay, yeah, dumb fun, or you can just lose yourself in the moment. But the Zenin's downfall was them thinking that sorcery was above all and disregarding anyone else, holding on to outdated traditions and ideals. Granted, they were kind of right about the twins, but if they just treated them nicely, maybe they wouldn't have thought about, going back against... Yeah, I really need to do something about my hair. Anyway, this entire episode, having some of the fact that they were going so hard in order to crush her, to stop this rampage, some of them, giving their own lives through overuse of their abilities rather than actually being cut down, still it really didn't do anything. If they were so batshit afraid of Toji and what he was capable of, and that he was that kind of outlier outcast of the clan, maybe not piss off the one person that, sure, she wasn't at that point yet, but at least is on course, however minutely, to replicate it. If twins were this unfulfilled pact, because if one has got heavenly gift, it's dispelled because the other one being alive and negating the effect, blah, 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 blah. At least that's how I think I understood it. Maybe don't push them away. Maybe don't cause their lives to be utmost hell. Because if anything should happen, well, this. You have someone come back with a wild abandonment and no regards for what was and what came before. When you have someone that is on the warpath, has no loyalty to hold to whichever organisation, and in fact their life was markedly better without them in it. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. I do like how Maki had this quiet confidence going in, got utterly decimated, and then after the tragedy of the sister, had this quiet confidence and utterly decimated. Usually when we have things like that, there'd be a fight scene, the tit for tat, the parley with the father, the conversation, the quiet acceptance and rebuttals of ideals. And no, just cut his head off, or a third of his head. You know, the kind of the important bit where the brain case is. At least Kenjaku would get easy access on that one. Don't think he'd want it, though. But a whole bunch of abilities and whatnot on display here, and getting to know any of them is completely worthless because the entire clan was wiped out. Congratulations, Megami, you're now the head of a big clan, one of the top 3 families. How do you feel? By the way, we've just destroyed you. You've got nothing again. Just a lot of rubble. It's been a rollercoaster for that boy. Going from nothing to having an entire clan to, oh, it's another Tuesday. But as we should be fully aware by now, life and death is just a passing fad in Jujutsu Kaisen. Anyone we get attached to, it can be wiped off the face of the earth for the next episode. So having, hopefully, the author's bloodlust satiated with this little foray, we should be good for a while. But I highly doubt it. You know, if the plan was to go in, raid the warehouse and the treasury, grab some stuff and go, they could have just given it to her and everything would have been okay. Instead, did we actually learn where any of that shit went? I know they moved it, they hid all of the items, but is it now just a track it down bullshit that Maki has to go through? Or is she content with the new sword that her sister left her? Don't know. But what I do know is that some of the animation in this was classic shonen bullshittery. Some was in reference to movies. Some was really interesting little tonal and media swaps. Some was, I think I already said shonen bullshittery, but highlighting that. Simple backgrounds and cubes and the smoke and sliding across the floor. I don't know if that was meant to just for style or to show off the new and improved Maki. Either way, I don't think this was quite as impactful as some other episodes that we've seen when it comes to high intensity fist fights and sword fights and stuff, but it did quite well, didn't it? It was expedient. Didn't waste much time. No unnecessary... Oh, that was something that I was going to talk about. We had all of the grunts surround her. We can get her, outnumber her. And they slice, dead. Then we had the big guy come out. What have you done? Clang, slice, dead. Usually there's an extended sword fight because it's the big guy. No. Oh, now it's the even bigger guy come out. We didn't even see his death. She just walked out of the smoke. I'm just going to imagine that she overpowered him with sheer intimidation factor alone. But yeah, I do like... Not Naobito, Naoya. The final moments of, haha, I've gotten out, that stupid one. She didn't finish me, ha ha ha, silly women. Wait a minute, that's a woman. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Maybe you had some different thoughts to it than I did. Anything you thought during this, let me know down below. If you have anything to input, or if I missed anything, leave a comment down below. Consider leaving a like on the video to show YouTube that there's something of value here, even if that's a lie. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out future episodes. If you made it this far, want to head on over to my Discord as well, get up to date for notifications and polls for new things and memes and for all the fun that you have with friends. Get some rest. I'll see you in the next one. I don't even have an unfunny quip for this one.